Hi students, in this video we are going to discuss about multi-rate signal processing. First we will see what is sampling, and then we will move off to single rate system and multi-rate system. You know that in A to D conversion process, there are three steps involved in it. One is first is sampling, and second one is quantization, and third one is encoding. This we have studied in signals, right? So we will see first what is sampling, that is converting a continuous time signal into a discrete time signal. We will perform sampling, that is we will multiply a analog signal, continuous time signal, with a train of impulses to convert into a discrete time signal. Okay, so that involves or single sampling frequency. So such type of system are said to be a single rate system. Okay, so if a system you need to process on more than one sampling rate, then you need to have more than one sampling rate. For example, here consider a system. Okay, it is having two sub-blocks, and first sub-block is operating at some sampling frequency fs1, and here we are operating at some sampling frequency fs2. Okay, so the input to the system is having a sampling frequency of fs. Okay, so here how many sampling rate we need to change? We need to change into two different sampling rate. Okay, so here what we have to do is, so the thing is, what we think is, since it is analog to discrete time system, so what we will do, we will convert again into a continuous time signal, CT time signal, and again perform into a FS system. That is the one possible case. Another case is, in order to suit for this sampling rate, what you will do is, again we have to convert this discrete time system into a continuous time system, and we have to give to a block, so that it perform sample at a frequency of fs2. But if you have multiple system with a different sampling rate, so it is difficult to do that process. So for that, what we are going to do is, we are going to have a process known as decimation and interpolation. So consider this fs is now input to the system is 4 kilohertz, and this block should sample at a rate of 8 kilohertz. So here see, there is an increase in sampling rate. So what we need to do, we need to there is no need to convert to again perform sampling. Just we can increase the sampling rate by a process known as interpolation. Similarly, see here, the second system fs2 is with some 2 kilohertz. In that case, what we can do is, we can decrease the sampling frequency by a factor of 4. Here we can increase the sampling frequency by a factor of 2. So like that we can perform sampling rate, so that it can suit for different block. Okay, so in order to do this, what we have done is, they have developed a system known as interpolation and decimator. The interpolator is nothing but increasing the sampling rate, and decimator is nothing but decreasing the sampling rate. So before seeing the interpolation and decimation, we will see the real-time example where we are using this. So the first one is high quality data acquisition and storage system. The second one, digital audio. There are nowadays we are dealing with only digital data, that is either whether it is an audio or video, we are dealing with the digital data. So this digital data has different sampling rate. Okay, so here for broadcasting it is using 32 kilohertz. For compact disk storing purpose, it is using 44.1 kilohertz. For storing in an audio tape, it need 48 kilohertz. So it's required, there is a variation in the sampling frequency. So in this case, we can use this interpolation and decimation concept, so that it can suit for different application. Okay, so next one, consider a digital video. Okay, In digital video means you will have a composite signal and component signal. So for composite and component signal, you will have different sampling frequency. That is, here for these are the TV standards. NTSC and PAL are the TV standards. So it's this using NTSC using a sampling frequency of 14.38 and PAL is using a frequency of 17. So if you want to if we are having a NTSC digital video and you are having a PAL, if you want to see that using a PAL standard, what we need to do, we need to convert this into a 14 to 17.13. So here there is a conversion required. Similarly here, suppose here consider this example. In video, PAL and NTSC run at different sampling rate. To watch an American program in Europe, what we need to do is we need to perform a sampling rate conversion, because every country is having a different standard and having a different sampling rate. So in order to shoot that, we may not able to buy that company, buy that country product. So what we will do is we will have an sampling rate converter, so that it will suit for different components depending upon the requirements. So the basic operation in multi-rate signal processing are decimation and interpolation. That is decimation reduces the sampling rate and the process is called downsampling. The interpolation increases the sampling rate and the process is called upsampling. Now we will discuss in detail about these downsampling and upsampling. Consider the sampling rate. That is the sampling rate of discrete time x of n can be reduced. We need here downsampling. We need to reduce the sample factor by a factor m. So how we will reduce this? Consider this example. I will explain using this. So this is what the input sequence I am going to reduce by a factor of 2. So how I will reduce this? I will reduce m minus 1 samples. So here the factor is 2. So 2 minus 1 1. So 1 I will have. So this minus 1 will get cancelled. Okay, so I will getting 2. So 4 cancel 0, like that. For every samples I am going to discard one sample. So already we have discussed this concept in signals and system in the name of compression and expansion of a signal, right? Compression and expansion of the signal. So if you are multiplying, if you are having a factor by 2 like this, you will have the signal will get compressed. If you are having a factor like this, what it will happen? The signal get expands. That we already discussed. The same concept here, but here we are going to discuss in terms of sampling rate. Okay, so consider an input x of n. So I am going to perform downsampling. So downsampling represent decreasing the sampling rate. So compression. So I am going to have x of mn. So which is nothing but y of n. So this is a symbol for performing the denoting the downsampling. X of n. This down arrow m, which represent the downsampling this factor. Suppose if I am having a system like this, so which means that it is going to perform downsampling by a factor of 2. Okay, so like that you need to understand it. Okay, so this is what the thing we will do it in the time domain. Now we are going to discuss what is happening in this frequency domain. So here x of n is the input signal. How will you write this x of n? Since it is a discrete, you have to use z transform to represent this. So x of z is equal to summation n is equal to minus infinity to infinity x of n z power minus n. Now this downsampled signal y of n, how we are going to obtain? Normally, how will you perform sampling? By sampling multiplied with the impulse train of impulses, you will get this sampling. Now here what we are going to do is the downsampling signal y of t is obtained by multiplying the sequence x of n with a periodic train of pulses pn with a period m, and then leaving m minus 1 samples. It been the same concept, but here we are going to leave m minus 1 samples. So this is the Fourier series representation of a periodic train of pulses. So now what we are going to do is we are going to multiply the input signal x of n with the pulse. So x of n into p of n, so which I am going to represent by x dash of n. So here without writing p of n, you can also write like this, that is this x of n will present at n is equal to 0 plus or minus m and plus or minus 2, which means this train of pulses will present at 0, m and 2m, like that. So both are same, both the representation are same. Now here what we are going to do is, after that here we are going to multiply with, this is what the we are going to perform the downsampling. So downsampled by a factor of n, so x of nm, this I am going to represent in this x of nm into p of nm. Okay, so here y of z is equal to summation n is equal to my output spectrum I am going to draw. So I need to first represent it mathematical form. So summation n is equal to minus infinity y of n z power minus n. Here y of n is equal to x dash of nm z power minus n. So here this is what scaling. So scaling in one domain will lead to another form in frequency domain. That is, if you compress in time in discrete domain, that is n, in that is in frequency domain, it will get expand. Okay, so the same concept I am removing that, so the scaling, so here it will get expand in frequency domain. Okay, so here what I am going to do is I have written for x dash of n. So x dash of n is equal to x of n into p of n, this one. Then I am going to represent this p of n. So equation here, p of n equation. Then here what I am going to do is I am going to have this summation as such, this k summation, then taking in the summation inside, n is equal to minus infinity to infinity x of n e power minus j 2 pi k by m z power 1 by m, the whole. I am going to write it in terms of z power minus n. For z we am having this whole term. So here this formula is similar to x of z is equal to summation n is equal to minus infinity to infinity x of n z power minus n formula. So how will you write? I will write x of z. So instead of this z I am writing the whole term. So I get y of z is equal to 1 by m summation k equal to 0 to m minus 1, the same concept. Okay, to obtain the frequency response, so what we need to do, we know we need to substitute z is equal to e power j omega. So substituting this z equal to e power j omega, I am getting this equation. Here I will have z, so substituting e power j omega and combining these two terms, so I am getting this equation like this. So the spectrum, this is what your input spectrum, that is band limited to pi by m to minus pi by m. So total spectrum is 2 pi. So here you will have output spectrum is a summation of shifted impulses. So first substitute k equal to 0. So what you will get, e power j omega by m, right? So e power j omega by m. So here it is pi by m. So first spectrum is in between pi by m. So second, when you substitute k equal to 1, so what you will get, omega minus 2 pi. So you will get at 2 pi m, like that you will have summation of all spectrum, because here you will have summation, you will have summation of all spectrum. Okay, so here so this word repeated up to a periodic 2 pi. So and then we are going to scale by a factor of 1 by m. So the relation between the original and reduced sampling frequency rate is Fy is equal to mfx. Okay, now here what it happen is we will have an aliasing effect when is if the spectrum is not band limited to omega equal to pi by m. So if the spectrum, that is here C, the signal should lies between, original signal should lies between minus pi by 2 plus pi by m. So if it extend beyond that, what it happen is you will get aliasing in the output spectrum. Okay, so here in order to prevent this aliasing, what we have to do is before performing downsampling, we need to check whether our signal is band limited to this range. So that what we are going to do is we are going to use a low pass filter. So we are going to use a low pass filter with the cutoff frequency of minus pi by m to plus pi by m, and we are going to pass the signal before performing downsampling. Okay, so we need to check it. So here what we are going to do is, here we are having a low pass filter with a cutoff frequency of minus pi by m to plus pi by m, and then after that I am going to perform the downsampling. So if your signal is not band limited, so you will get an aliasing. So this can be prevented by having a low pass filter before, and that is a downsampler, before performing downsampler. Okay, downsampling. So here considered this is what h of n, the output of h of n is v of n. Since it is a system, we will represent this by convolution formula h of k x of n minus k. Then y of n is equal to, that is we are going to perform downsampling v of nm. So here wherever you are having m, I am going to replace by nm. So this is what the mathematical representation of what is this one, downsampling. Okay, next we will discuss about upsampling, how to perform upsampling.